Hello, everybody.
So now, a lot of you out there did not believe that I have a girlfriend and posted comments every time I mention her.
I think the term is all.
So, she's right there. Proof. Thank you very much.
Hi.
Just because you have a girl sitting here doesn't make
Look,
her your
tell
girlfriend.
them.
I'm Ollie's girlfriend.
Thank you. See, and we can put that to rest and carry on with the series. Thank
How
you
much
very
does it
much.
pay you?
Nothing.
What? Nothing?
No.
Is that true?
Well, it better not be.
Later. I've got a check later. It's fine.
A check.
I don't have cash.
Who uses check?
Who uses check?
I'm a YouTuber. I don't have money.
Jesus, if there's no money in this, I'm out.
No, come on, please.
Like,
no, but
sorry.
No, come on.
I mean, like, you want to pay me?
I can trade you. I've got Pokemon. We can trade. I'll give you Legia.
So why you don't pay prostitutes with checks?
Well, I'm just.
Everyone knows this.
I tried.
To pay.
Hello and welcome to NPCs.
Okay, now, can you do that again? Because that was too. You had to have a pause.
Right. So
otherwise,
we're just gonna just do it. We'll just leave that in. Okay.
What are you sitting like that?
I'm just trying to be cool.
Oh my god.
Hello and welcome to NPCs of Wildemount, two nerds in a lounge in Wellington, New Zealand. Myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and
Dave. So I don't jazz up the intro. I just say my name. You got to jazz it up there.
The last couple of videos,
the way you're sitting, the whole like leaning
out,
back. You're just trying to unlock a new level of cool. Haven't even unlocked the first level though.
I don't even have the tutorial. I've not even bought the game.
Haven't even bought the game of cool.
No, not even.
Yeah, that's why we.
Two nerds from Wellington, New Zealand, reviewing Critical Role every week, and isn't that just a bit sad? But
yeah, thank you all for watching last week's of. We didn't think much of that episode, and a lot of people watched because
I would have handled some things differently if I had known a lot of people were going to watch that.
Yeah, but. Thanks for that.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Now we have to follow that up with quality content.
And bunnies. Anyway, no, it was really
quality.
Cool. High production budget. It was really cool. We because the first thing that we do in the morning is just check our subs count and our view counts and stuff, and it was like,
thanks for making me sound uncool, Ollie.
Hey man, if I'm going down, I'm taking everyone with me. So yeah, thank you guys very much. It makes us smile, and you guys rock. And we got Patrons now. Remember, if you subscribe to our Patreon, I sing a song about you. That's just the deal we have worked out. But Critical Role 2, episode
27.
27. It's canon now. I have to do it.
It's not canon.
And this week I was like, remember,
it's not a mythology.
27, and I still.
Yeah, Rat Queens.
Watch the movie.
I never remember to watch it. I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're back with the fallout from Molly dying.
Yeah.
Let's just say it out loud.
We need to be able to talk about these things. It's important. Communication is important. It's the bedrock of society. Molly died, and
we start the episode with really just dealing with that aftermath.
Yes. Now, I would like to say there's been a lot of discussion on Reddit about the fact that a lot of people were waiting throughout this episode for Molly's new character.
And the chair. There was an empty chair beside Sam the entire time.
And a whole lot of people were like, is it really wanting... And some people said, maybe we could have used a disclaimer, like, we're not sure when he's coming back, it has to fit.
No, I like it.
But
you audience out there are not entitled to anything.
it was a big divide on the threads.
I just don't think they needed to. It wasn't necessary. If you're like, oh, you shouldn't leave an empty chair there, it's like, well, the narrative of the story could have reached that point where the new character will be introduced, but it didn't.
And quite frankly, I like not knowing. I know that they're going to bring it in at the precise moment, and that's why Taliesin was actually there. He was just off camera, hanging out with a 10-second delay,
waiting for his moment.
Yeah, but it's going to happen. It's going to be more exciting not knowing.
But the most important thing that we've learned is Bo did make hints that she wanted to resurrect him.
Yes.
Or there will be a possibility he'll come back to life.
Yeah.
But it's fairly certain, and Talksmart can prove this, that I think Molly's dead.
Yeah.
And not coming back anytime soon, ever.
But there has been, again, on Reddit threads, Threadit. It's like Reddit, but just for sewing. I don't know. Threadit. I wonder if there's a subreddit.
Improv master here. Improv master over here. Threadit.
Threadit, the sewers.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yes, completely forgot what I was saying. I got too...
Anyway,
so we come back, they're hanging out.
Yeah, so we deal with the morning. Keg is still there. So Bo and Keg kind of have a little moment of like, you should have told us how powerful they were.
And Keg's like, we didn't know.
Well, Keg didn't really. I don't know if I believe that, but I think I do believe it.
Yeah.
But it would, it's
So basically, they're talking about Lorenzo and what transpired. And one of the guys that commented on our last video was like, we've finally got our BBEG, big bad enemy guy. So yeah, it seems like that's the main boss, and it seems like a lot of people want these guys dealt with.
I think we're going to deal, like, in this arc, this is going to be the driving force. I call them the anti-Mighty Nein. I'd say this is the first, these are the bosses of the first arc. There's been tons of conversation. Well, not the first arc, I reckon, because the first arc would have been, like, when they went...
Escaping the...
No, because they killed they kind of did that little mission of killing that...
with the kid that we... spun out about 100 theories that all got
disproved. But I think this is the big proper actual bad.
There's a lot of conversation, because if Lorenzo is in fact an Oni, as has been speculated by a lot of people, with the current number of party members and not really any healers, they reckon there's no chance that the Mighty Nein is going to be successful. So if they're going to fight this big bad, a lot of people have said that we're going to need the full party. Otherwise it's not going to work.
But we'll go through the episode and just cover the bases, because we've got another guest star who joins later on.
Yes, and a lot of people have...
I can tell you right now, neither of us probably wrote down her name.
Sumali playing Neela.
You did?
The
I'm so proud of you!
Circle of the Shepherd Druid.
I'm so proud. I didn't write it down, and I thought I was going to butcher that, and I was just like, alright.
I knew it was important, so I put it right at the top of the page.
I'm proud of you.
That does not happen very often. I'm just going to bask in that moment.
Anyway, well, let's go for the episode. So they deal with that moment of kind of processing Molly and kind of working out what to do with these things. They kind of take some of it and then wrap them up in a little tapestry of the Platinum Dragon.
It was a real powerful roleplay. This is what led to my tweet that was like, it's amazing that stories can inspire and cause emotions like so heavy and fantasy storytelling element. Bo also grabs Keg and slams him to the ground and is just like, why did you not tell me? Like that was actually quite an aggressive kind of exchange.
And it's a very somber moment, and it was a lot quicker they got past this than I thought they would. But they did. They kind of got past it, and Keg agrees to kind of follow along with them and kind of help with the revenge aspect with Lorenzo. Yeah,
and a ton of people actually want Keg to become a permanent cast member. I think that would be amazing, and I'm all for that.
I don't know if I am.
It's a tough thing to do, to add a new character to such an iconic group as a permanent character. But...
it's not a new character. It's really a new cast member. Because if you add this person, they're probably going to be maybe even a third campaign if we ever get that point. I don't know.
Again,
I love her. Don't get me wrong. I have a huge crush on her. And if I ever had balls, I would ask her out. But I don't. So...
I'm just picturing like a carton of eggs.
What?
You said 8 balls. If I had 8 balls...
What's that got to do with eggs?
Just imagine like a row of 8 eggs. That's kind of what I imagine your testicles looking like if you had...
What's that got to do with...
Anyway,
what's it got to do with anything?
They don't loot Molly's body, but they take the stuff.
They take gold. They take gold from
Bo takes the tarot cards. Now, there is actually a thing in tarot circles. You're never supposed to buy a pack of tarot cards. You're only ever supposed to be given them. So that's kind of what Bo did, but without being given them, kind of taking them.
So you can get tarot cards from the Geek and Sundry shop. You're not supposed to buy them?
You buy them for someone else.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I want to buy them for me.
You have to convince someone else. You have to find
you'll never buy them for me.
No, what you do is you find...
I want them, though.
You find someone else that wants them.
What if I buy them, send them to you, and you give them to me? Does that count?
Well, I suppose.
But you would actually give them to me?
What if I pay...
Would you give them to your fake girlfriend?
She can't... She's not even listening right now. She's reading a magazine.
What?
It's okay, baby. It's okay, baby. You missed the moment. So now, we get some more information from Keg in regards to what the Iron Shepherds do when they're not at home, where they're going to be, and what's the most likely place to run into them.
It's the Sour Nest.
Yes, the Sour Nest.
I put that as kind of the Iron Shepherds base camp kind of.
It's like their tavern. That's where they kind of...
Well, their tavern was called something else later on, which you find out the Trench.
Right.
But that was actually inside Run.
Yeah.
Shady Creek Run. But then north of it, I think it was the actual Sour Nest, which is kind of their camp. Or
we need that map, man. I want to find that map.
But the problem is it's too far north.
It's not even on the map.
It's not even on the map anymore.
So anyway, basically they're all talking about, all right, we got to get our party members back, and we got to have retribution on Lorenzo. Kev is all for it at this point because he was never like, you know, he was with them, but not in an evil way. Like
and then Not and Caleb kind of had a bit of a moment of should they run, should they not, kind of thing. And then Caleb kind of storms off when pressed a bit further about reasons why you shouldn't run off.
Yeah.
And then he goes into the woods and finds our guest character, Neela.
Neela, played by Sumali, Circle of the Shepherd Druid,
Phil
which
Blog.
is Phil Bog.
Is it Phil Blog?
No, it's Phil Bog.
Phil Blog.
No L in the blog.
Pulmat Sol.
Yeah, exactly. It's just another Pulmat Sol.
Yeah,
there's a lot of fur bogs.
You're just as bad as not.
No, it's like, do you know fur bogs? Do you know
No, Pulmat Sol?
No, they don't. It's weird though, because all the Hare Krishnas in Wellington seem to know my sister. I don't. They have a weird cult thing going on.
That's a way to make it way too real.
So, Caleb and Not and all these people meet the guest. They find it's a horse and it turns into a person. I'm immediately like, yes, a druid, my favourite class.
And 7'6".
Yeah.
So think about that. We're 5'11". I'm 5'11". You're shorter than me.
I'm 174
like
centimetres.
5.
We use the metric system here in New Zealand, Dave.
No, the majority of our viewers are American.
That's just me masking the fact I have no idea what I am in the imperial system.
Okay. Well, I'm 5'11" and you're shorter than me, so...
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always been taller than you. It's just on camera we have like...
That's right, because when we started I had a bigger chair.
Yeah, and then I was always annoyed because I'm taller than you.
And you're like, you don't realise the reality. He looks tall, but he's not.
Yes. Anyway, so Neela, the character, I liked it. Very innocent, very kind of... I mean, it's portrayed that way. She was very novice to the game, which kind of leads into the character as well. Yeah. It kind of fits really well.
Still learning the mechanics and such, and I loved her deliberate way of talking and conversing with the party members. She made every word a moment, which I can't do because I don't so much coach.
She's a very naive character despite being a very, very old character.
Yes. I was very excited also to see playing Circle of the Shepherd, one of the non-core book kind of subclasses for Druid. Because a lot of times people say that Circle of the Moon is just going to dominate the Druid subclass forever, because if you want to play Circle of the Land and be a spellcaster, you might as well be a sorcerer or a wizard. I mean,
why is it all circles? Why can't they have squares?
Square,
triangles,
triangle
or
of
oblongons.
The triangle of the cucumber and oblong of the breeze block.
You know, you ruined my idea. That was a serious question. Now you just ruined cucumbers, and now it's irrelevant.
Well, circle is like a name for a tribe or something. You know,
why do I even bother?
We don't know, Dave. We don't know, but you put a lot of effort into what you do, so we appreciate that. We
thank you.
Now the druid has one of my favourite spells in all of 5th Ed, Pass Without a Trace. And essentially, later on, in my opinion, makes or breaks avoiding a combat, which is fantastic. This gives you +10 on stealth rolls, everyone around you for an entire hour. Staple of the rogue spells and druids as well.
Now, just to go into her kind of reasoning for being here anyway. So she's basically trying to find, I think it was her son, which we actually heard about previously with the other Furlob. That they met, the old lady.
Yeah.
So
creepy witch chick.
She basically wants to destroy Lorenzo. Lorenzo,
and the party's like, well, that fits perfectly. That's what we're going to do.
And she's got like hidden darkness.
Yeah, and then we find out later that more people want Lorenzo, and essentially the Mighty Nein is just like, well, this is clearly what we have to do. So we head to the town, Shady Creek. We arrive, we get in, that's all that kind of stuff.
They find, as they're going along to the gates, really, before they go to Shady Creek Run, they find the prisoners dead, that they were in the cages from the battle before. And they kind of camp up for a few times. They reach the gates to the breach, as I put it. And they kind of disguise themselves a bit just so they can sneak through without causing any alarms or any concern.
I really loved, because of Sumali being new to the game and Keg, being new to the Mighty Nein, I really loved the way that they kind of encourage roleplay with each other, and the way that Matt, when Sumali, for example, went off on her own and wasn't sure what to do, as a really good DM, kind of just gave her hints. Neela.
The character name.
He's essentially like helping her along and just being like, you should try this, and narratively kind of pointing where to go, which is great for new players, because we remember when we started playing. No idea how to do.
Yeah. It was a good time. And
so
then we grew up, and then we actually knew things.
We were so full of dreams.
Anyway.
So, we get to the place and they essentially say, well, let's go to the brothel and find information there. So they head off towards the graying wildlands and a landlocked lady.
I think the Grand Wildlands is the big region they're in now. So Shady Creek Run is kind of like a town inside of that big. Because they're outside the Empire now.
Graying Wildlands, Shady Creek Run, landlocked lady. So they go there and...
landlocked lady, a brothel. Because that's what you do when you first enter a town. You go to a brothel. Hey, Ollie, you know, because your girlfriend is a prostitute. Like a bit. That's from the beginning.
If you just joined us halfway through, that wasn't just a really...
Why would they join us halfway through? Who watches a YouTube video and just skips to the middle, right off the bat of a review?
Started playing like, oh, they're just talking, I'm going to go make a coffee, and then came back later.
just like push play, I'm not going to watch this.
Yeah. It's possible.
I do that.
See?
Shh. We don't pay you to talk.
You don't pay me!
I know, shut up! We don't pay you, shut up!
We don't pay ourselves. All the money goes back into the channel. Anyway. Essentially, we'll skip forward because we've been going for quite some time. We meet Ophelia Muldoon.
Yeah, because we're still on the gentleman's quest, so we're kind of killing two birds with one stone here.
Yep.
The Muldoons, we find out, are the Iron Shepherd's kind of rivals, you could say. So it kind of fits right that the person they're trying to find turns out to be the rivals of the gang that they have a vendetta against now. Yeah,
so the gentleman sent them to go to Ophelia Muldoon's and assist her with something. Turns out what she needs assistance with is stopping the Iron Shepherds, which fits with Neela's motivations and the party's as well. So it really looks like there's a whole bunch of arrows pointing at Lorenzo as to what to do next and what to kill.
So it seems like the big bad is becoming bigger of the reasons why you should take him out.
Yep.
And then there is a moment where Kid kind of insults Not, saying she wasn't attractive enough to get with Caleb. Yeah. So I think this is the time I should apologise to you for me thinking you're ugly. That's about it.
You're not wrong, Dave. My nose is too big for my face. I have no chin.
See, it's not fun if you agree.
Sorry, I'll take it the other way. What are you talking about? I'm an Adonis. I was sculpted by Michelangelo's angel in the heaven fires of an eternal paradox of beauty that
okay, now you're overcompensating. You have to find a middle ground here.
Complex numbers. Anyway, so we find out that, hey, all arrows are pointing at kill Lorenzo. It's fantastic. We've got our big bad. Now, essentially, Matt is trying to run a sandbox-ish campaign this time, as he's said, and give them free reign, but they've had that for quite some time, you know, picking which quests to do and whatnot, which is really fun. If you want to try and run a campaign like that, it's harder, but it's a lot of fun. However, now we've kind of got, like, this is your next task. Yeah. This is where you're going.
So the find Ophelia Muldoon, she's a bit iffy about what they do, but basically assigns them to take out the Iron Shepherds.
Yep.
They go along, and I think they scout out the trench, which is their inn that they're in.
Yeah. But first, this leads us to this week's crazy Reddit theory.
Really? We don't have a theme song or a logo. I'm not doing anything right now. I mean, there's nothing popping up right here.
It's fine.
Mainly because I'm like, look, it's got to pop up. Hi, Dave. Because I want to say hi to myself here.
Because he's editing this, so he's kind of like watching himself. Yeah. So, crazy Reddit theory of the week started off as a crazy theory, and then people were actually kind of like, but hey, that could be right. It actually could be right. So I don't have a single person for this because it was a whole thread of different people. But Ophelia is a vampire. Is a prevailing theory on the Reddit thread.
How?
Okay, so
based off what?
We've got two evidence-based ideas.
Evidence.
Yes.
Okay.
Evidence.
What's one? What's the first piece of evidence?
Pronounced canines. Matt made a point of saying her teeth were kind of pointed. Oh, pronounced. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one. And the other one is she licked her lips at one point. That's what they were going on. And a whole bunch of people were like, it makes sense. It makes sense. She probably is a vampire. We're going to look ridiculous if it turns out that she is. But for now, that's this week's crazy.
You know, I said Caleb was a werewolf. That was way more believable than her being a vampire. I mean,
she licked her lips.
Wasn't she out in daylight?
Look, we can pick apart.
We can pick apart.
We can quibble.
I said literally one thing into that.
We can quibble about semantics, but it's Reddit, Dave. I'm pretty sure they did their research.
I'm pretty sure.
She licked
it was a well thought out, constructed idea.
We can take that as law.
Anyway, so basically,
there's also a theory that Lorenzo was eating babies. Anyway, continue.
Why do we?
I don't know.
Anyway, so they go back to so they kind of scout out the Iron Shepherds to kind of figure out whether they're at that pub. They find so Neela decides to take a little bit of the reins here and go scouting ahead. So I think Neela is the MVP.
Yep. Boom.
MVP.
Easy.
Neela.
Done.
done because we don't like overthinking it.
I love Nilla. She was amazing, and I hope she comes back for sure.
I think she is. I think the plan is her and Keg coming back.
Cool. I hope so. They're wonderful guest players. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah,
Nilla kind of skeeks around the kind of tavern and kind of finds that Lorenzo is in there, but find out Lorenzo's been like eating people.
Yeah, babies according to Reddit.
Yeah, it's always babies with Reddit. Reddit and babies really have a torn relationship.
So basically now we get classical...
And we know where the prisoners are, so we know our next goal.
Yeah, and we've got Mighty Nein doing their classical planning stuff of how do we get the information, what's the next step, and all this kind of stuff. The druid turns into a mouse, gets carried by Frumpkin, the shadow cat, and essentially, goes and scouts. Can't get through the trapdoor because mouse form. And this is where Matt was kind of guiding a little bit and being like, you can see there's a gap under the door, and just making sure that, she had some direction.
She nearly caused a bit, if she didn't have luck, it would have really screwed things up.
Sam Regal was like, oh, you do have, because she was rolling stealth to get out of there. As a mouse, your stealth is alright, but not great. And she rolls a nat 1, and Sam's like, you have luck. And she rolls again a nat 20.
So we find out at the end of the episode they're going to get a little bit more help, which could lead into Taliesin's new character.
Yep.
And that's where the episode ends. So, I mean, not a lot happened, but it happened. Yeah,
and we got some real cool roleplay right at the start. If you don't have time to watch the whole episode, I'd watch the first 20-30 minutes because that was really cool back and forth between the characters. It was emotional. I actually posted somewhere, I can't remember where. I've only been watching this for 30 seconds. I'm already in tears. It was like intense.
I never cry during these ones. Does that make me a bad person?
No, Dave. No.
Oh, good.
It makes you a defender from Magic the Gathering. So essentially, my partner had an idea, she's just over there, that Molly's new character...
I'm not dropping that at all, eh? No, you're stealing it. No, so you've stolen Reddit theories. You're stealing your girlfriend's theories.
Yes.
Do you even have an original thought by this point?
Yes.
What?
Chicken nuggets.
God, improv master. Improv master over here.
You've done a few shows.
I went to the national champs of improv.
I don't sound
Your
like that.
best improv bit was chicken nuggets.
Well, I'm hungry, Dave. They're on my mind, alright?
Anyway.
McDonald's just released new spicy chicken nuggets.
So it's also worth mentioning, catching up from the death of Molly, that Molly's not coming back because Taliesin's made it very, very clear he wants to move on. He's rolled a new character, which we also find out at the end. When he comes back onto set saying he nearly had his moment. Yes. So we will be doing a memorial episode for Molly next week. Yep. We'll go over facts that we know. What?
I said Dave's idea. Very good idea.
Yeah, it was my idea, and people supported that when we mentioned it last week.
Yeah. So we go over like classical Molly moments and his essence.
Yeah, just about bits and tidbits we know, unanswered questions as well, which we're going to have a lot of them. Yeah. But if you have any art that you want us to feature in that particular memoriam video, let us know and send it our way, or try and get permission from other artists who've done really amazing art on it.
Basically, we want to show off your artworks of Molly, so if you have some...
and we're bad at it.
Our Gmail is down below, so please just get in touch with us. It
kind of helps us with the video, otherwise it's just going to be the generic picture here the entire way, and then our faces, which are hard enough to stare at.
This is true. So that's the episode. Wonderful roleplay at the start. Really cool examples of how to guide players that are new to D&D. And I'm just falling in love with Keg's character. I really hope Keg stays.
I don't know. I still need a little bit longer.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
Now,
so that's
questions.
Us. Time for our comments.
You nearly forgot, didn't you?
No. That's why I had that ready to go.
Why did you put it back?
I just like doing that. It's just...
Okay, take it out.
Gotta entertain myself somehow.
Anyway.
Alright.
So, I'll read the first question because you're not ready?
No, I'm totally ready. Go. Yeah, I'm reading it right now. Right now am I reading this. To me, Bo's ability of knowing
who is it from?
Oh, sorry, this is from Alex the Great.
Quality production. Quality production.
This is a high production budget. What is our budget? Like the amount that I spend on coffee?
I don't know. I spend
$3.
I spend a lot of time. My time's money.
That's true. You do spend a lot of time. Yeah. For those who are new to the channel, Dave is literally the backbone. I'm just some freelancer.
Just read the
oh no, I put the wrong thing on the thing. Okay, Alex the Great. To me, Bo's ability of... We were talking about Extract Aspect, one of the things that the subclass that Matt created has. To me, Bo's ability of knowing 3 features with 1 key point sounds pretty sweet, because she can tell the spellcasters what low saving throws the enemies have to use to know which spells to use. Okay, I hadn't thought about that aspect of it. It's good. It is good.
I agree.
The extract aspect, I was kind of like, but you can just figure that stuff out as the combat goes, like the AC and the resistances. But no, you're right. If you can get that information right at the start,
that's helpful.
And you can start getting advantage or know how to grapple or incapacitate them. No, you're right. I agree. You've changed me around on that 100%. Extract aspect, awesome. Okay, cool. That's my.
Was that it? Okay, I'll do my one now from New Monarchy. It says this is rather pedantic, but the insectoid creatures they encountered were Ankhegs, Ankhegs. I'll put up a picture because I didn't use the picture.
Yeah.
And the image shown on screen at this timestamp was of a different monster. Yes, because I couldn't figure out the actual monster, so I just picked a random insectoid. I'm sorry. I am sorry.
It's okay, man. Look, Dave,
I tried my best.
It's all right.
I tried so hard and got so far, and in the end, it mattered a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Dave does the editing. He puts a lot of work into finding the pictures. He couldn't find that one.
I like to be corrected, though.
But he
never edit. I get it wrong because the only way I'm going to get better is to be told I'm wrong all the time and cry.
I can help with that.
Make me cry right now. You've never made me cry. What's the worst insult you can throw at me right now? This is your opportunity.
All right.
For entertainment purposes.
Goku is not as good as Saiyan as Vegeta.
You need to go to hell.
So that is our review of episode 27, review and recap of Critical Role. I feel like I'm fully immersed now. It took me 25 episodes to really be caring about the characters. Now that I know more about them, I'm really hooked. I love Keg, come back, Sumali as well. Neela, you have to reoccur. We love you. You're brilliant. You're awesome, especially you guys watching this. Remember to subscribe and like if you haven't done that because it validates our existence. We have Patreon as well. If you want a song sung about you on the monthly video, I'm allowed to.
Can I talk?
You go. All right. You always do the wrap up.
I mean, you basically were wrapping it up, and I was like, Can I put my input?
You go.
I mean, you do want to talk about how to subscribe to the channel?
That's fine. Vegeta is stronger than Goku. Go.
I don't care. I don't even know. I said go to hell because that was a terrible insult.
Because we share a YouTube account and like tons of my recommended
I like it. It doesn't mean I'm going to be upset over that kind of statement. Anyway, so thank you all. Especially everyone from last week that showed so much love to our videos. It really kind of took off and took us by surprise.
Yep.
And we've got so many more of you guys out there following us, and hopefully you can join us on Discord or on a Patreon or subscribing to the channel or comment just below or just watching this because it helps everything.
And if you're ever in Wellington, New Zealand, send me an email and I'll buy you a coffee.
That's so dangerous. This is how people get kidnapped.
I know, I live on the edge. Thank you very much for watching NPCs of Wildemount. For myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and
Dave.
We wish you a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My hair is on point today.
Well, something has to be.
Hello and welcome to NPCs. I'd just like to point out to all those people who don't believe I have a girlfriend. Aha, evidence, she's here. Proof, thank you, put to rest. Ha!
What's your name, random girl?
What?
Yeah,
your name?
Ollie, she doesn't understand
Name?
Just say Julie. Say
Julia.
See? Told you.
No, what's his name? What's his name?
Wait.
David.
Dave?
No, it's not.
It is.
No! Damn it, why do you always do this?